Good morning, children, and welcome to your value education class. Today, I'll be taking the value that we should not be greedy. We all should not be greedy. This value I'll be taking today: greed and evil desire. Greed and evil desire. You know what is greed? Sometimes we desire to have anything more and more than it actually required by us. Means we want to hoard that thing. No, I should have this, I should have more this, more this. Now children, now during pandemic of corona, what is happening nowadays, similarly hoarding is there for some injections, for some medicines. People are not having corona, but still they are hoarding these things. No, if it happens to me, then what I will do? If this happens to my father, what will I do? But they are not having corona, but they are hoarding the things. Many people in the market, they are hoarding oxygen cylinders, remdesivir injections, Dexon injections. So this hoarding should not be there at any cost. What is causing hoarding? The greed. No, I should have more and more. Some suppliers are also hoarding some medicines, keeping them in stock, not showing. Or when I'll get the time, when this thing will become more important, I will sell at high prices. So all types of hoardings are there in different areas. In suppose a shopkeeper is there, he will do hoarding of grains. Or a corona is going on, I'll just raise the prices and sell at higher price. Sugar, they are hoarding. So when this hoarding is there, surplus collection is there, then these things become less in market. The supply becomes very less in market because they're not coming to the market. Black marketing is there for these things. So greed is only the main reason which makes us to hoard the things or to accumulate the things. So I don't think we should follow this value. Okay. Now point comes is when we talk about greed. So I've given you an example regarding medicines also. Greed is coming in some people. They're accumulating medicines and all unnecessarily. And the person who wants, he or she is not getting. Even injections, medicines of corona. So it's my humble request, children, that everyone should not try to hoard these things. And anyone in your neighbor is doing this or you are knowing, just tell them, we'll get when you want. But unnecessarily accumulating things like concentrators for oxygen, people are this holding cylinders they are keeping in their houses for their families, that if we'll require, we'll get. But they don't know some other person requires the most, who is in ICU. So these things are kept to be kept in mind. So today's topic is greed and evil desire. I'm going to share screen with you all. Greed and evil desire. What is desire? A strong wish. But in greed, it is an evil desire, not good wish. It is an evil desire. Getting my point? So I'm going to start with few points in this. Then a short story is there. We'll enjoy this topic. Now, see, greed is typically a desire to have anything more and more than is actually required in your life. Okay. So it is typically a desire to have anything more and more. Suppose sometimes you think, no, I should have all types of things, all type of stationaries, though they are of not any use to you. But sometimes you have that greed, no, I should have that best pencils. When we think about others, those who are not having any copy to write or pencil, it's better we should take less and we should donate to the needy people. Okay. So greed is an evil desire, it's an evil desire, it's an evil wish. Greed is typically a desire to have anything more and more than it is actually required in your life. It is generally considered the accumulation or hoarding of undue wealth for personal satisfaction much more than is required to sustain one life. Sustains one life means to live your life. Okay. It has no useful purpose except to become rich and continue getting more wealthy. No useful purpose. What we're thinking, oh no, I'll become more rich, I will have more gold, I will accumulate more things. Nowadays, during Corona pandemic, though, people are hoarding these collecting, keeping, accumulating medicines. Okay, medicines they are hoarding, collecting, injections they are keeping, all the kits of these. We measure oxygen, oximeters. They are hoarding that, and they are becoming less in the market. Okay, their scarcity is increasing in the market. So it is not a good thing. It is not a good thing that you are accumulating for yourself and you are not sick, and the people who want they are not getting, because many people all over India are doing like this. Everyone wants to be safe, but you should think about others who are not getting medicines also. Okay, now it is a strong desire in each and every one of us that is extremely difficult to overcome. Greed is considered a major source of evil, and that is the root cause of stealing. When you are greedy and you want that, I want that pencil, my friend has brought that, I will have that pencil. It means an evil which is coming in you, and sometimes you can steal also. When that boy goes out of the class, it comes to your mind, and you try to bring that pen from his box and you keep it with you in your pocket. Because that evil which has come in you, evil desire has come in you, and what is, and its major source of stealing, hoarding, plundering is loot and treasure. Just to name a few sins. These are sins only. Stealing, hoarding, plundering, looting, and treason. Just to name a few. Greed sometimes drives people to do unethical, immoral, and illegal things in the pursuit of more money. Means when they want more money, they are becoming unethical, means not morally acceptable. Unethical means is a sort of immoral only, not morally acceptable. Okay. Now, what is greed? Greed is the desire to have what someone else has. Is really the basics for almost all forms of sins. Very important. The desire to have what someone else has is really the basic for all forms of sin. Why you are committing a sin? Because the desire has come in you, and evil desire has come in you, that when that person is having that thing, why I am not having? Okay, so you are forced to commit sins. Every war in history was fought because someone wanted to occupy a space on the planet Earth that another group of people inhabited. That's why all are fighting. This is my land, this is your land. I want to increase my territory. An evil desire. You have to stay in your fort. That's why many wars were fought. Just for an evil wish. I am the best. He should work under me. Why he is working like this? Why that king is not listening to me? He has to listen. Neither he has to go for a war. So every war in history was fought because someone wanted to occupy a space on the planet Earth that another group of people is inhabited. Getting my points? What is greed in you all? What greed you all do? And evil desire comes. That boy has got a very nice pen. I should have that. So that Papa will not give me money, Mama will also not give me money. That pen is of 200 rupees, and that thing is going in your mind, going in your mind. Then you think, if that boy goes out to washroom, na, I'll just quietly go and just bring that pen and keep in my pocket. So that evil desire to have what something your friend is having has forced you to steal. So this is a sin. This is a sin. We all should not do these things. Be satisfied and contented with what your parents are giving. You have to be contented with that. Okay. Many people have been shot to death because someone desire to have something they didn't presently have. And for some reason or another felt that they deserved it. So many people have been shot to death because someone desire to have something they didn't presently have, because they wanted to have that thing which they were not having at present. And they used to think, no, they should have deserved it. And that's why they're shooting someone or the other. And think of the multitudes of criminals who break into houses, steal cars, and other possessions belonging to other people every few seconds across the world. Now, see, multitudes of criminals means large number, a very large number of criminals. So, multitudes here means a very large number of criminals who break into houses, steal cars. Means we are talking about thieves. When someone is out of the house, they go inside the house, bring all the electronic items and sell them in the market. All of these sins have one thing in common, that is greed. What they're having in common, that is greed. An evil desire, if that I should have a car, so I will go and steal someone's car. This is coming to me in my mind. I will go and steal someone's car. Getting? So, what is common? That is greed. So, all of you should not have these such evil desires. You all should be satisfied with what things your parents are giving to you. That is the main thing. You have to be contented with the things or the clothes which are provided to you by your parents. That is the point. Now there's a beautiful story which shows why we should shun greed, why we should avoid greed. Okay, that is the gold giving serpent. Serpent here is a large snake. Serpent here is a large snake. So I'm starting and you all will enjoy with me. So the topic going on here today is greed and evil desire. Is it clear? Come on now, children, pay attention. In ancient India, there lived a Brahmin named Haridata. He was a farmer, but was able to earn little through his labor. He used to earn little through his labor. One day, at the end of the hot hours, the Brahmin, overcome by the heat, lay down under the shadow of a tree to have a nap. Nap means a small sleep. Sometimes you feel very tired and you take a rest like this. And you don't know you have slept for 10 to 15 minutes. Suddenly, he saw a great hooded snake creeping out of an ant hill at hand. So he thought to himself, surely this is the guardian deity of this field, and I have not ever worshipped it. That is why my farming is going in ways. So no use. I will at once go and pay my respects to it. Snake came out from the anthill. So he thought it means this is a guardian deity of this fool, and I have not worshipped. That's why my farming is going in vain of no use. So I'll go at once and pay my respect to it. When he made up his mind, he got some milk, poured it into a bowl, and went to the ant hill and said aloud, O guardian of this field, all this while I did not know that you dwelt here. You stayed here. That is why I have not yet paid my respects to you. Okay, pray, forgive me. And he laid the milk down and went to his house. Okay, so what came to his mind? He went to his house and he brought milk and poured into the bowl and went to the anthill and said aloud, O guardian of this field, at all this while I did not know that you dwelt here, means you stayed here. That is why I have not yet paid my respects to you. Pray, forgive me. And he laid the milk down and went to the house. Next morning, he came and looked and he saw a gold coin in the bowl. And from that time onwards, every day, the same thing occurred. He gave milk to the serpent and found a gold coin in the bowl next morning. In the bowl next morning. Okay. One day, the Brahmin had to go to the village. So what that Brahmin was doing daily, he was giving milk, and the next day he used to found a coin. Okay. One day the Brahmin had to go to the village, so he ordered his son to take the milk to the ant hill. Now what happened? One day the Brahmin had to go to the village, so he ordered his son to take the milk to the ant hill. The son brought the milk, put it down, and went back home. Next day, he went again and found a gold coin. So he thought to himself, this ant hill is surely full of gold coins. I will kill the serpent and take them all for myself. Evil desire entered Brahmin's son. Evil desire entered Brahmin's son. What he thought? When daily he is giving me a gold coin, it means this ant hill is completely full of gold coins. I will kill the serpent and take them all for myself. Take them all for myself. So next day, while he was giving milk to the serpent, the Brahmin's son struck it on the head with a cudgel. With a cudgel. Now what? Okay. Cudgel is a rough weapon. Cudgel is a rough weapon. Now, so when he was giving milk to the serpent, the Brahmin's son struck on the head with the like this with a cudgel. But the serpent escaped death by the will of fate, and in a rage, in a anger, bit the Brahmin's son. He just bit the Brahmin's son with its sharp, this fangs, with the long teeth. Fangs is a long, sharp tooth. It's a long, sharp tooth of the snake, like this. His people raised him a funeral pyre not far from the field and burnt him to ashes. 2 days afterwards, his father came back, and when he learned of his son's fate, he grieved and mourned. But after a time, he took the bowl of milk, went to the ant hill, and praised the serpent with a loud voice. After a long, long time, the serpent appeared, but only with its head out of the ant hill, and spoke to the Brahmin. Okay. After some time, the Brahmin again went with milk, and then serpent came out with its head and spoke. It is the greed of yours that brings you here. Yes, it's the greed of that Brahmin. I will give milk and he will give me a coin. I'll give him milk, he'll give me a coin. So what the serpent said, it is this greed of yours that brings you here. That is bringing you here. It is your greed that is bringing you here and makes you even forget the loss of your son. Means he was telling you forgot that your son is no more. And again you have come with milk. So you are so greedy. From getting the point means the Brahmin had no effect for his son's death. No expression, and he again went to the snake with a bowl of milk. From this time onward, friendship between us is impossible. No friendship between both of us, it is impossible. Your son your son struck me in youthful and ignorance. Your son struck me in youthful ignorance, and I have bitten him to death. How can I forget the blow with the cudgel? How can I forget the blow with the cudgel? And how can you forget the pain and grief at the loss of your son? How can you forget? How you're so greedy? Okay, that's question serpent is asking. How can you forget the pain and grief at the loss of your son? So speaking, it gave the Brahmin a costly pearl and disappeared. He disappeared. But before it went away, it said, "Come back no more." The Brahmin took the pearl and went back home, cursing the folly of his son, mistakes of his son. He took the pearl back and went back, and he was cursing his son. So the moral of the story is that we should not fall prey to greed. One more is there. So let's not unnecessarily after what others have and try to earn our living by rightful means and do not fall prey to greed. Only through continuously contributing and donating to society can we receive true rewards that are far greater than the illusion that greed provides. Okay, one more story is there. A saint was praying silently. A saint was praying silently. A wealthy merchant, observing the saint's devotion and sincerity, was deeply touched by him. The merchant offered the saint a bag of gold. So, a wealthy merchant, observing the saint's devotion and sincerity, was deeply touched. The merchant offered the saint a bag of gold. A bag of gold. I know that you will use the money for God's work. Please take it. Just a moment. The saint replied, I'm not sure if it is lawful for me to take your money. He replied, just a moment. The saint replied, I'm not sure it is lawful for me to take your money. Are you a wealthy man? Do you have more money at home? Are you a wealthy man? Do you have more money at home? Oh, yes. I have at least 1,000 gold pieces at home, claimed the merchant proudly. He said loudly, I have 1,000 gold pieces at home. Do you want 1,000 gold pieces more? Asked the saint. Do you want more? Why not? Of course, yes. Every day I work hard to earn more money. Every day I work very hard to earn more money. And do you wish for yet 1,000 gold pieces more beyond that? Saint is asking, do you wish for yet 1,000 gold pieces more beyond that? Certainly, every day I pray that I may earn more money. So, it's my wish I could, if I get 1,000 pieces of gold, I'll keep. And certainly, I pray that I may earn more and more money. The saint pushed the bag of gold back to the merchant. I'm sorry, but I cannot take your gold. I'm sorry, I can't take your gold, he said. A wealthy man cannot take money from a beggar. A wealthy man cannot take money from a beggar. How can you call yourself a wealthy man and me a beggar? The merchant, the merchant spluttered. Okay, the saint replied. Just see what saint is going to reply. The saint replied, I am a wealthy man because I am content with whatever God sends me. I am satisfied what God has given to me, what God sends me. You are a beggar because no matter how much you possess, you are always dissatisfied and always begging God for more. It's a very interesting value. The saint, when came to know that this man is praying daily for more pieces of gold, and though, 1 minute, I'll share this. Though he is giving me 1,000 pieces of gold, though he is giving me 1,000 pieces of gold, and again he is praying to God that give me more. Means he's donating me and he's asking God, give more. And when saint is asking him, he's saying, why not? Of course. Every day I work hard to earn more money. Every day I'm working hard. And do you wish for yet 1,000 gold pieces more beyond that? Yes, I am praying for that. Then saint pushed that bag of gold to the merchant. I am sorry, I cannot take your gold. He said, a wealthy man cannot take money from a beggar. What he said? A wealthy man cannot take money from a beggar. Then merchant spluttered, how can you call yourself a wealthy man and me a beggar? How is it that? How can you call me that? The saint replied, I am a wealthy man because I am content with whatever God sends me. Content means happy. You are a beggar because no matter how much you possess, you're always dissatisfied. Whatever you are having and how much things you are having, still you are never satisfied, and always in front of the God, you are begging, give me more, give me more, give me more. That's why Saint said, you take your 1,000 pieces of gold back. I am more wealthy than you. You are a beggar. When merchant asked how you are calling me a beggar, he said, I am a wealthy man because I am content with what God sends me. I am satisfied. I am happy. And you are a beggar because no matter how much you possess, you are always dissatisfied and always begging God for more. So, children, what you have understood from this story, that we should not have an evil desire. We should be satisfied and contented what we are having with us, and we should not compare with others that he or she is having, I should also have. No comparison should be there, children. Whatever you are having, be satisfied and stop comparing yourselves. What God has given to you, be happy. Same thing that saint said just now, na? In the story, that the persons, those who are satisfied with their lives, they are the wealthiest person. The persons who are not satisfied in their lives, they are the beggars, because they're always asking God, give me more, give me more. So two stories are discussed explaining greed and evil desire. Hope you all might have enjoyed this session of greed and evil desire with me. So my humble request, no one should have evil desires. Don't try to compare yourself with others. Don't force your parents. And when an evil desire comes in your mind, don't go for wrong things like stealing and all. And when we talk about the medicines, so we should stop hoarding uselessly so that it should be available to others. Hope you all might have enjoyed. Now I'll take leave from you all. Goodbye, stay safe and stay blessed.